Welcome to our podcast. It's Mr. Ish. We're here at Kips Bay Boys and Girls Club, Who Dare Clubhouse, Saturday edition. Yeah, we out here doing stuff for the community. We're giving out some clothes, we're giving out some pampers, some stuff for hygiene, some water, a little bit of everything. And we're giving some love. That's the most important thing. We're giving a little love. And I have some special guests. You know me, I'm always ready for the special guests. So please, let's introduce ourselves. We'll start off with the lady to my left.
Hello, everybody. My name is Ms. Brittany. I am the program director of the Kips Bay Boys and Girls
Give you a
Club.
little shout out.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Who else is here? Brittany, you're not the most important person today.
Not today.
Okay, not today.
Oh, I disagree with that.
Just stand
Thank
back
you.
a little bit. Please introduce yourself. Tell us what you do.
Sure thing. And thank you for this. I'm Pierina Sanchez. I'm the New York City Council member
All right,
representing.
hold up a second. I gotta get my air horns are not working. I don't know what's going on here. I usually have all my stuff ready, but go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt.
My name is Pierina Sanchez. I'm the New York City Council member representing this community. I represent 170,000 people in this
Whoa.
community.
Woo, woo.
We out here, we fighting.
Yes,
That's
we
it.
are.
Oh, come on. That's all of us.
Mm-hmm.
I said from where do you? Sometimes people ask like from what part to what part? Because I'm in Manhattan. So do you look out for the people in Manhattan too?
Well, I mean, in general,
Come
yes,
on.
but not specifically.
Okay. I'm sorry. I just wanted to see if
She's
you
mine before
if,
she's yours.
I wanted to see
Yes.
if you cover me if you got my vote.
You got me if you live from 170, right? Basically the Cross Bronx
no, I'm
up
not
until Bedford Park, and if you live on Grand Concourse over to the Major Deegan.
Okay, that's a lot of my Bronx people. I give them respect.
That's
I work
me
in the
right
Bronx,
there.
so if you bring in anything to the Bronx and you bring it to the community, it still affects me because I work in the Bronx. So thank you for coming. It was a wonderful event for our first event of the year. We got rid of everything. All our bags are done. There's some happy community out there.
Yes.
Everyone has a little something. It's unfortunate too because our supermarket just burned down, so it was I was the nose and all that stuff. So some canned goods for anybody right now. You never know how it could affect them. Yeah. So I'm glad that we also did it.
And we should continue partnering because now we could bring fresh food and produce to the community in the absence of the supermarket.
Yes,
Yeah,
we were just having that conversation outside earlier because of the whole thing with the supermarket. So us being able to do this was great, but it was such a small impact compared to the big impact with the fire. So I'm hoping the next one, which is going to be in March, we're able to broaden our aspects, to people like Target and Walmart, see if they're willing to reach out and help us, and even some of our local community stores, if they're willing to donate so we can give to everybody, know?
Yeah,
It'd be great.
and we have to look out for the churches too,
Yes.
because they may just need a place to have open or where people commune to. So that'll be another great thing. Our doors are always open, so if someone needs us, we should be able to do something for them.
Yes.
We have this beautiful park across the street too, so we could always gather over there on some nice days and do something in the park and use that. We have a lot of room, so that'll be nice also. It's really great to have the community just here on a Saturday. I mean, a lot of people don't see our building, but they don't walk in. They don't see what we provide for them. Our summer camp is a big deal. It's a lot of help for parents that are working, for people that just don't have a place for their kids to go. So that's very important. We provide that also. And we're opening, our doors to the teens soon. Our teen
Yes.
program should be very, very good. So that's going to be great. We're going to teach people how to do a resume. We're going to teach people, make sure they fill out their SYEP program cards and stuff like that. Today,
Yes.
I have a whole bunch of interns from my old school. I have to give them a little shout. From my old school, they came in and, on the day off. They 11th graders. They don't, they could be doing other things, and they here provided for the community. So that was a nice look.
Yeah, they were doing amazing, not for nothing. I asked them to help me with promoting because we weren't sure the whole community was aware that this was going on. And these girls walked from one side of the street to the other, to the next block, to that block. Like, they covered ground. And everybody came with a flyer and let us know. Celine sent us, or Leslie sent us.
Okay.
They were doing
when I was walking up the block,
Celine, yes, I saw.
she was like, "Habla español or do you speak English?" And I was like, "Both." And nice to meet you.
Yeah, she's great.
Really good outreach.
But it's good because we have to reach out to them and now that they know that our doors are gonna be open on the weekends, at some points, we're gonna do another big event in April. April 1st is our really big house event where the
Yes.
whole building is going to be open, and people are going to be they're going to look at our kitchen, and we're going to have some beautiful things going on up there on the third floor. We're going to have a beautiful program where people are dancing and doing other things. Of course,
Ooh, I like to
I'll
dance.
be doing podcasts.
Yes.
So podcast is all the time. I want to grab parents and stuff like that. So that'll be going on, and we're gonna have a lot of activities for the kids and family members. It's always great when you see a dad walk in and play pool with his son or his daughter or something like that. Or there's a dance class and the dad and the mom are taking part of it and stuff like that. It's amazing. I got my two kids here. They started volunteering, but then they went upstairs to my office right now. They started. She don't speak Spanish, but she was out there dancing, trying to bring a crowd.
Yes, the kids, I think the kids were the best part. They were the ones bringing everybody in. They were helping. They were like,
Yeah,
"What
so
are they
that-
doing? Why are they here?"
That's awesome. That's
So yeah, so we're open for the community, and thank you for all that you do, because I know that you open doors for us and you push for programs, and even for the park that was across the street. That park was it was kind of not a good place. We never, and from being here for 10 years, we never used the park. And as soon as it was remodeled, they put a light here, which was very important. Now we could cross the street. We used it all summer. We will continue to use it. As you can see, it's still pretty much kept well. The community now sees that, hey, this could be done. We don't need to have trash in our park in the streets, and it's been a good look for the community. It just looks good for everyone.
That's right, and this is something that's important about what is a city council member. What does that mean? Okay, it's November or it's June, and we go vote for you in the primary. We vote in the general, but what actually happens after that? Well, the city council member is the person that is responsible for advocating for city funds for the community, and so that the park renovations was a part of the city council's budget. We made sure that we allocated that. It takes time. It was allocated in 2017, and then only this year in 2022 was it actually available to the public. But the same thing for Kips Bay. I'm going to the mayor now, and I'm
Yes.
saying, they're asking me, okay, for your one of 51 council members, what are your priorities for the neighborhood? Youth services, youth programming, youth activities.
Yes.
And they listen.
Not for nothing, you are the reason we actually have a great performing arts portion here. We used to have ballroom basics because of you guys, and you guys used to fund it for us. But now we were able to make somebody full time who is dedicated to ensuring that we have more shows. Like on April 1st, you're gonna see
yay.
her. You're gonna get to meet her. Yes, she's
Awesome.
great. She's great. She's very dedicated to her performances, and they're gonna put on different shows of different style routines. We're gonna have students performing from 6 all the way to 14, and then we're gonna have Gift of Grace, which is her club specifically, well, her dance team specifically that gets it together and
That's
put on a
awesome.
great show. Yeah.
I love that.
Yes.
I was born and raised in the neighborhood, like I was just telling the kids. I grew up on 183rd and University, on Kingsbridge, and here. And because of programs like this, I danced in high school. I danced salsa. I did taekwondo growing up because one of my cousins had a school.
You could walk around the Bronx then.
Yeah.
You could defend
I could
yourself.
defend myself a little
Okay.
bit, a little bit.
All
Not
right.
too much, not too much.
That's why you only have one bodyguard with you today.
she's
she's,
Maria's the best.
she's undercover. She's undercover.
Listen, she's just one, but don't underestimate
Come
her,
on.
okay? That's a mom too, right there.
That's right. Mom of three. My team is incredible. But I say that about growing up in the neighborhood and having these access to these activities because that shapes us, right? That ensures and opens up opportunities for us. So I was able to go to college, more of us need to be doing or need to be given the access and the opportunity in this
Yes.
neighborhood to do. Go to college, grad school, pursue a career in something. And it all starts with Kips Bay, right?
Yeah.
It all starts with organizations
Absolutely.
like this.
Yeah,
who
well,
are
after-school programs.
Working with the kids.
That's how I started working in the after-school program. Someone, I'm blessed that my mom and my dad were always part of my life. And they were, we were together. But at the same time, there's other people that were not like that. So to have an adult that just came, hey, come to the club and play ball
Yes.
with us, or I'm going to teach you how to draw and stuff like that. And I didn't need to be in the club, but it was cool because it kind of showed me, and it kind of molded me a little bit. I was like, you know what, I want to do that for somebody else.
Yeah.
And that's why I work in a program like this, because I'm a dad, but I also see that sometimes parents, dads are not around. So I would like to be that uncle. I would like to be that father figure, or that friend that says, "Hey, Mr. Ish is always there. He's always listening." So that's what drives me to work in a program like this. I mean, the money's always great, but also I'm not gonna lie, the money's great, but at the same time, the drive that keeps me here is wanting to help the community and
Yes.
helping the staff and helping the young adults go into college and have a couple of dollars in their pockets and stuff like that. That's the drive.
Yeah, not for nothing. Having you here and then having our partnership Walk Like Us come in, because they were a big portion of the reason why we had donations for today. They worked effortlessly with us between this whole week and just a month and planning everything and bringing it here and just, quality check, making the bags happen, bringing us the bags.
Yeah.
Having these relationships are very important because
Yes.
things like this, unfortunately, we've been here for 12 years, almost 13, and so much of the community does not know
Doesn't
we're
know.
here.
Right.
So being able to see your face on a flyer, see their name, and they're like, "Oh, I know them, so I'm gonna check it out," or "I know this person," or "I want to meet her," or "I know Kips Babe, but I want to see who these people are." It's like the more names we're able to build on this flyer and put on these names and on outside on
Makes
and
the
everything,
community come out.
exactly makes them come out, and then just having the staff that I do. I know you were
They're
here for.
great.
They were
Oh my
amazing.
goodness. Yes.
Like I feel like such a proud parent.
Aw.
Not even just a leader, just a proud parent because
Yeah.
I told them yesterday at 6:30, they're allowed to clock out at 6:30 if they want to go home. I told them if you want to stay, you can stay. But it's the end of the day, it's the end of the week. You can go home, get some rest for tomorrow. And one by one, they just came up like, Brittany, what you need me to do, what you need help
Oh,
with.
that's
And
You must have told them at
amazing.
6:31 because I left at 6:30. I didn't hear that part.
I was
I
back
honestly
there.
didn't hear that part. But once it's 6:30, I'm running home.
Yeah, he's
I'm
a big
running home.
family man. So
I got to take care of my girls.
But listen, but I get that. I get it because
Yeah.
you come home late at working jobs like this, and at the end of the day, I get it. You're tired. It's the end of the week as well. So the fact that they stood, and they're all young adults,
And they're
like
young people. Yeah.
they are. They range from 18 to 24 maybe, and then I have my older staff. But the fact that my youngest staff, who I would have thought on a Friday night would run out of here, was sitting here with me to almost
That's
like
right.
8 o'clock.
And can we talk about that though? Can we talk
Of
about
course.
that? These are kids from our neighborhood.
Yes.
When we look at the media covers that the Northwest Bronx and the West Bronx and the South Bronx that we get, it's not about these kids, right? They're always quick to talk about the negative stories
Of course.
in our community. But look at these kids here,
Yes.
looking out and loving. Like the love, the every single interaction today
Yes.
was an interaction of love, and it's
It
a beautiful
was.
thing.
It was all positive because even when they were promoting to the people outside, it's like, hey, come get to know us. Like, my name is Dennis or my name is Javon. Like, they're introducing themselves, not just Kips Bay, but the fact that their love for Kips Bay and what it's done for them. Some of them have even grown up in this building. When I walked in here, they were like, oh, I've been here for such and such years. I got you.
Welcome to my house.
Yeah, like, okay, thank you. I guess this is how we're doing it.
And some of them, grow in the system, and they were interns. Then they work for
Yes.
SYP, and then we see something in them, and Ms. Brittany or the person before her will hire them, and now they're staff members. So they've gone through all the stages. I would love to see more parents or more people to see how they interact with the kids. Unfortunately, because of the laws, and we can't have people in the building, but just the interaction with on an everyday basis that they have with these kids. They really know them. They really help them with their homework, especially after this pandemic that, everyone is behind. We have a program that we sit there, for a whole hour. This building is closed, and all we do is do homework. And then if you come late or you need more help, we have a whole floor that we just dedicate to doing homework all day if need be.
Yeah.
And that's hard because you need people there, and we need people that speak Spanish and English to sit there and help in different homeworks and stuff like that.
And
So
who remember what algebra is? I'm
yeah,
sorry.
and that's how the interns come in too, because the interns are actually doing it, or they still remember this math. So we have the interns on the floor helping us, a lot. So it's very important that we do these things because these are the voters.
Yeah.
These are the people that are going to take
This is
over.
the future.
Yeah, this is our future. So as the more they know, and the more we can help them with programs and stuff like that, the better they're going to be better adults.
Absolutely. You mentioned Summer Youth Employment Program, the SYEP program.
Yes.
Such a good one. We had, so that's a city program. It is funded through the city, and if you apply and you're a young person and you have the income qualifications, you can basically be placed anywhere that's willing to have you. So we maxed out in our office. We had, I think we had 15 SYP interns.
Nice.
And I'm trying to push all of my colleagues, right? Because if you work in a city government office for an elected officials, you can see yourself there, right? I had one of my SYP interns, went with me on a a two-on-two meeting with the governor of New York State, and it was somebody who lives over here on University Avenue.
And yeah, those are opportunities that they probably never gonna have.
That's right.
For us too, when
Open it up.
they go on trips with us, and a lot of these kids never been out of the 4-block radius, kind of. So when you take them to let's say we go to Camelback, and they're like, oh wow, the Poconos, I've never been here, and something like that, or take them to a lot of them don't even know where Roberto Clemente State Park is,
Wow.
and it's like down 3 blocks, and we use it constantly. So using our state parks, using what's around our community to just big up the community, and also say, hey, if they could use it, that means it's safe. If they doing this, that means it's okay for me to bring my kids and do this. So it's very important that we out there, and the faces are out there, so they see us with our shirts, and they see us with our uniform, walking with our clears, playing in the sprinklers and all that, and they be like, hey, that looks kind of cute. Let me put my kid in that program.
Right.
And it's all about that. It's all about that. Getting them in the building is sometimes the hardest part. Once they're here, they don't want to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, once they're in the building, they do not want to leave. I can tell you that.
Yeah, you saw some of our families were here to help out, and some of our kids were like, what do you need me to do? Melania's sitting over there making sure families are picking up and not leaving without a flyer for April 1st or applications. That's my favorite part, I think, today.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So we had a great time, and I'm glad that everyone showed up and showed out, because even our boss Sinclair was here. He showed up and everything, and that was really nice.
Yes.
He has a lot of things to do. So for him to show up, that's very important for us. And I'd like to thank you. My podcast is always open for you. Just knock on the door. Whatever you want to promote, I'll promote it for you. So you're welcome in my building, and it's not really my building, it's Brittany's building. but at least, but you're welcome on the second floor. That's where I work at.
No, the building's always welcome to you.
Yes,
Thank
please.
you, thank
And whenever you need our help, we'll show up for you.
Thank you.
I know
Yeah,
you were
really
talking about the
appreciate that.
armory and all that stuff, and
Yeah.
just let us know, and then we'll figure it out.
Thank you. Thank
And
you.
my
We have a lot of work
my
to do.
equipment is portable, so I'll take it wherever. So
That's great.
thank you, and let's end the day. It was a nice, sweet podcast. It wasn't too long. It's a Saturday, I'm kind of hungry. I'm seeing my boss get some lunch.
Actually, your boss is gonna get pizza for everybody.
Oh,
so
thank you
we're
very
ending it
much.
real
That's what I was
sweet.
talking about. I was pushing that one. All right, guys. Thank you very much. And we're out of here. Saturday edition.
Check, 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 check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Check, 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 check.